Help keep Kinks and Beats Daily ad-free and receive bonus content early with a contribution of 20 cents per episode. Visit herohabit.com/shop for more information. Welcome to Kinks and Beats Daily. I'm your host, Tony Fry. Thank you for downloading today's episode. We are on episode number 95. Which means we are 4 episodes, I guess. We're counting down to number 100. 100 episodes, which is probably about 7% of the songs within these catalogs covered. So we have a long way to go, but 100's a big number. And if you would have told me a year ago that I would be hosting a podcast that had released 100 episodes, I wouldn't have believed you. But here we are. But to celebrate the 100th, I want this podcast to be in the top 10. Let's get on the front page of iTunes, folks. You can help me. I love that you guys subscribe. That doesn't help on the charts. It only helps me personally. What we need is new subscribers and ratings and reviews. So go to iTunes, give me a 5-star rating and review if you love the show. Then tweet out a link to the podcast, share this podcast on a Kinks or Beatles Facebook page or something like that, and tag at Hero Habit on your post. And one person that does that will win a prize pack of Kinks and Beatles stuff. I don't want to give it away. Maybe I should. Maybe that would encourage. Maybe I'll put it on the Instagram page next week. When I finish compiling everything. But we've got some cool stuff, I think. So do that, and let's help get this into the top 10, please. All right. Today we're talking about Johnny Thunder by the Kinks, which was released November 22nd, 1968 on the album Village Green Preservation Society. I have a strange relationship with this song because I really like it. It's one of my favorite songs on the album. I don't know why I'm talking like Jerry Seinfeld all of a sudden. What's the deal with Johnny Thunder's compression? I can't hardly listen to this song as much as I do enjoy it. The original mixes are so overly compressed that it is almost unlistenable to me. Horribly mixed. Maybe the worst mixed song on this album, maybe during the Kinks Pie label era. It's just rough. The original CD I had of Village Green, there was a pulse. You could actually hear the compression being triggered. And it's just, I don't consider myself like an audiophile. I appreciate good audio. I like to have nice audio equipment. But this is like, you don't need to be an audiophile to have known, like, the pressing of the CD I had was abysmal. Even the 2018 remix or remaster, I guess it is, it's better. It's listenable, but it's still just not a great mix. But then you go down this, I'm talking about the 2018, so that would have been the 50th anniversary box set for Village Green Preservation, and this is available on iTunes for you to, it is on iTunes, but it's available to stream on Spotify as well. But way down there's an alternate mix with session chat. That alternate mix is beautiful. Highlights what a good song this is. The drums aren't as bombastic, and that's where this compression is used, is to really drive up the acoustic guitars and the drums. They stripped all that on this alternate mix, and it's just what I imagined the band sounded like as they were recording it. And I think it's stunning. I think it is light years better than the official releases on a sound quality standpoint. Now, that said, like I mentioned, I love this song. This is a good song. It's just filled with Ray Davies hooks. It's got good guitar playing on it. I love the drumming. Mick Avery's drums on it are good. Everything about this song is good. And Ray's vocal, one of his best vocals on the album, I think, when he really digs into it. You'll notice I'm starting to lose my voice as I talk, and this is why This week, if you're listening in real time, the podcasts have been going up kind of delayed. We're still getting them out every day, but they've been a little bit delayed because I had a nasty cold and ran through my backups. And so now I'm practically recording in real time, but I can't record several episodes in a day because I start losing my voice about 6 minutes into the show, which is also why I'm not going to sing much. But Ray's vocal when he does the feeds on lightning, that great vocal, just solid rock vocals. And I mean, I like his voice anyway, and I like his voice in this era. I think his voice was in top form. But this song, it really shines. The tune was recorded on March 29th, 1968, in a session that included two instrumentals, one called Easy Come, There You Went, and another instrumental called Mick Avery's Underpants. And then it was released November 22nd. It's about a biker named Johnny Thunder who can't be reached by anyone. And to my knowledge, I couldn't find anything to confirm or deny this, but I vaguely remember reading somewhere that the musician Johnny Thunder is not named after this song directly. So would have been a cool tribute. And then Ray does bring up Johnny Thunder in future songs that we'll talk about from the concept album era of the band. On kindakinks.net, which is typically my source for the chords for these songs, there are some mistakes on this one. There's some debate. I'm not going to get into the riff. There are a couple of mistakes, though, so if Dave's listening, if you could change one of these chords, I'll get to it in a second. It's a pretty simple chord structure. G to D to F to C. So you've got a chromatic movement there. G, F sharp, F, E, that is built into the chords. And then the chromatic movement runs the opposite direction. So we're on this C chord, which has a C. Then he goes to an A chord, which has a C sharp. And then back to the D chord, which has the D. So we've got this chromatic movement. So the chords are not really anchored in a key. If we're saying we're in, I don't know, the opening riff is on a D chord, but then the song kind of grounds itself in G. So 1, 5, then an F chord's not part of that. The A chord's not part of that. So he's kind of not solidly in one particular key, but he is using these chords chromatically and not going down. So he's not going down G, F sharp, F, E. He is hiding the chromatic movement within the chord tones. Okay. So for the G chord, the chromatic tone, the tone is the root. Then on the D chord, the chromatic movement is in the third. On the F chord, it's on the root. On the C chord, it's on the third. So he's hiding this moving chromaticism within the chords. And they're all major chords. Johnny Thunder lives on water, feeds on lightning. Johnny Thunder don't need no one, don't want money. And all the people of the town, they can't get through to Johnny. They will never ever break him down. So that part is pretty much in G. He's going 4, 5, D, 1. 4, 5, 1. Johnny Thunder speaks for no one, goes on fighting. And here's where the mistake in the chords is. He actually goes to an E7 here, this is a great hook. This is maybe my favorite part of the song. is this one line that, and sweet Helena prepared. God bless. Just shifting to that E7, coming out of the. Da, 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 da. It's a good chord change. Like I said, nothing but hooks. I've got nothing but love for this song. It's got fun lyrics. It's the band's in top form. His vocals sound cool. It's got a lot of hooks. It's a good, solid pop rock song. But until the 2018 alternate mix, I just have never liked the sound of this recording. So I think I might end up making the alternate mix my go-to from now on when I'm just listening to individual songs and then saving the mix I don't like for when I'm listening to the full album. But that's Johnny Thunder. Pretty simple song. Simple arrangement. It's not one of their more complicated songs, but not every song needs to be super complicated. That's the beauty of rock and roll. What do you think about this tune? Give me a call, 925-494-1739. Talk about this song, a song I've already talked about, a song I haven't got to yet. I do have some voicemails and emails in the bank for when I get to those tunes, but I want to hear your thoughts, so share them with me. Of course, you can swing by herohabit.com and join our Kinks and Beats discussion group. Not a lot of activity there yet. Let's get some conversations going and leave the fan police over on Facebook and Twitter. All right. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to share this podcast all over the interwebs and tag Hero Habit for your chance to win our little Kinks and Beatles prize pack. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for listening. This podcast is presented by the Hero Habit Podcast Network. Swing by herohabit.com today to comment on this episode and poke around our growing database of sports and pop culture news, reviews, and collectibles. herohabit.com. Collect your heroes.